Hey y'all, hey, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to get these eyebrows in check. And as you can see, I spooled them bad boys in place. Now this is the eyebrow pencil that I use. And y'all do not laugh about this palette when I open it up. This palette is probably about 7 years old. Don't judge me, it still works. Y'all already know I love this concealer. And then this is just some foundation that I use because we don't waste makeup around here, and my skin is oily, so I ain't putting no dewy all over my skin. But I have zoomed in so you guys can see how I start by tracing the bottom portion of my eyebrow. Look at that, crisp. And then next I'm going to go along the top, and I am just going to do the same as I did on the bottom to the top, but instead of going all the way to the front of my eyebrow, I'm starting towards the middle of my eyebrow on the top when it comes down to tracing them. And I am just going to go in and do the same to the other side, and this is just the zoomed out version so that you guys can see how I look while I'm actually doing it in a zoomed out aspect. And now is when that janky little eyeshadow palette with the 3 colors comes in. You guys, I am dipping into that espresso color, that nice chocolatey brown, and that is what I am going to use to fill in my eyebrows. And y'all, as you can see, I'm not starting at the front of my brow, I'm starting towards the middle part of my brow because I like the end parts of my brow to be the darkest. And I find that the powder actually looks a little bit more natural for me. It gives me a more natural feel when I use the powder. And y'all, I am zooming in on a close up to show how I get that feathered look at the front part of my brow. And I didn't dip back into that espresso color. This is just what's left over on the brush that I'm using to feather out the front. And then to soften everything up, I go back over my eyebrows with that spoolie, and as you can see, it just softens it and gives it that nice natural look. And then we are going to go in and take some of this Juvia's Place concealer, and I use the concealer that I use for highlighting when I'm doing a eyeshadow look because I like the highlighter effect that it gives under my brow bone. And I am just taking that concealer and I am just going along the edges of my eyebrow just to make sure that everything is crisp and clean, and we just gonna cut that eyebrow up to perfection, y'all. And to make sure that the concealer blends, I also take it down a little bit onto my eyelids just to make sure that it makes it for an easier and a seamless blend once I start blending out the concealer. And I'm just doing the same thing that I did on that first brow to this brow. I'm just taking that concealer and going along the bottom portion of my eyebrow just to go ahead and cut it and make that thing nice and crisp. And now y'all, I am going in with a blender brush and I am just going to start blending all of that concealer out. You do not want to keep that concealer up there just caked up, because of course we're going to be doing an eyeshadow look after this, so we want to make sure everything is blended in seamlessly. And this is also going to act as a first kind of base for my eyeshadows that are going to go on my eyelid, but I like to make sure that I blend all of that concealer out. And now you guys, this is where that foundation comes in. The foundation is just to fix any mistakes that I feel like I may have made on the top portion of my eyebrows, because I want something the same color as my skin so I don't get that halo effect around my eyebrows. So I just like to make the tail portions of my eyebrows just a little thinner, and that is what I am doing with this foundation. I'm just carving out and making the end portion of my eyebrow, just the tail part, a little thinner. And then of course we got to blend that out, and you see how blending that out, there is no halo effect. It just looks like skin is right there. And I'm just going to, of course, blend again on my eyelids just to make sure that all of that concealer is blended in. And that, you guys, is how I do my eyebrows. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe.